Alright, we're going to try this again. Mr. Tank. I am currently still on the dedicated server on Styx. Right now I'm floating back down to the starting position from the video I just deleted because there was seemingly some issues with the stream quality. So I wanted to restart the video and make sure everything's running coherently. Currently, like I mentioned, we are on Styx, maps, excuse me, map square G9 inside the indented cave inside the mountain here. As you can tell right there, very nice space to build, especially if you're starting out on this map. Recently, I don't know, a couple months ago, I did some videos, or not videos, I did some modifications to the base with the Freebuilder mod, hence Thor's hammer right now, which I need to put that away for a minute. So this is kind of like the Riverlands type area here, kind of goes through the middle of the map. You can tell I've opened up quite a bit of this particular line. So, but with some of the modifications I did then, we had added, with the free build mod, added power down here with water pumps, like a power / water line type setting here going up to the base. Nice little addition. And then, hold on one second, I gotta fix something else real quick that just popped up. There we go. Alright, sorry about that. Seems like I'm having a lot of technical difficulties right now. But back into this. So we added the water pumps, the power turbines, the power lines going up. This was actually Karak's idea to do it this way. It worked out pretty well. It goes up. Both the drop ships you see here, this are actually both mine. This is my Mr. Tank 2.0 drop ship, which I need to drop him back down and take that one back up, as well as emptying out anything in its inventory. And then this is dropship for the current character that you see now. Correct, put these bridges in here, nice little textural type thing, decorative type thing with the X on top, like an entry type passage. There's one over here, and if you can tell, there's one over there. I may change these to stone at some point, but the wood kind of just fits in with the landscape a little bit. Of course, you got the water wheel controlling the electronic powered generator, and then you got the basic water purifiers and a couple fish traps for food. So let's go ahead and go on up. The stairs we had to build to get into the base because these rocks were really hard to climb when we first went up here. Crack put these stairs in. Got our nice windmill here. Right now it's more so decoration than anything. The mortar and pestle still do everything. Crack put in this nice little temporary greenhouse type setting with pretty much the majority of all the basic stuff that you'll need as far as food. The carrots have kind of withered away, but it's alright. I don't believe you can get the clay on this map. I believe that's on Prometheus, but free build mod, I had the this sign already unlocked, so I put it on here just for extra decoration. Go inside the palisade, which you can see had the spikes on the outside for defensive type purposes. Climb up on them, and then you can defend the base from these, hopefully with little to no damage. So it adds a nice little just layer of decoration as well as the defensive part of it. I just recently added the turbines down here for food and water. This is actually Lorax animal here. This is one of Karak's animals. I've sent all mine up. Inside here I actually have another water pump coming in from the cave, as well as power going to it, and that power also supplies the food trough and the water trough. Got your basic ranching station out here. couple of the burlap animal beds. I like those for some reason better than the others. Wood composter, drying rack, biofuel composter. Got some storage out here for like dirt foundation. You got exotics, which I don't, yeah, okay, there isn't none in here. Just some different stuff, bees, fiber, fur, bone, share stuff. So like medical stuff here. Another set of palisades here for defense. Trust me, the bears will climb up there. And then just some more extra building parts and fiber storage here. And inside the doors here, I kind of got a double door set up here. I thought it was a really cool idea, so got the electrolytic oxygen synthesizer, the electric water purifier down here. That, you know, so if we need to refill anything, like I need to get some more food in me here. My canteen or my oxygen tank, which will need to be refilled soon, I can do that. Ignore the hole in the floor for just a minute. The stone fireplace always adds a nice level of decoration, and before we put the kitchen that's upstairs, we had to use it for cooking. Well, this one and the one that's just above it on the second level. Of course, you know, you gotta have your glass bench and everything. Everything you've already seen on the other maps, the other videos, the fabricator, you know, the advanced stone masonry. Or, yeah, we'll go with that. Concrete furnaces for smelting, different storages here. Carpentry, more storage over here for different things. Got your basic concrete mixer or cement mixer. Machining bench, forge, 2 crafting benches, mortar and pestle. You know, just for crafting as needed. Out here is the smoker. You got your orbital exchange interface and got the contact device for with the Great Hunt's modifications. Nice little balcony here. You kind of see down everything. It's pretty good view. You can tell my wiring and piping's not the greatest. Down here we cut when I was Correct and I were doing the modifications, putting in the power and water lines. We built this down here just so we could try to hide as much of the wiring and the water lines as possible. Like I said in other videos, Crack is way better at that than I am. So I may put a ladder there and a trap door. Up the stairs, we got the basic fishing bench here. This is our cooking kitchen area here. Another mortar and pestle. And I recently added the fridge and the deep freeze. This here is my bed. This is the workshop cot, the MXC cot, and I've got the MXC crates with me. Everybody pretty much has the MXC crates. Well, most everybody anyway. Got Lorax bed, Corax bed here. I can't remember which one of these two was Lunar or Gate or Lunar or Solon, but because they didn't label theirs. Everybody kind of just put some decorative type trophies heads in here. And then this is all just more miscellaneous storage, another crafting bench and an extra bedroll just in case it's needed. And then of course you got the stone fireplace again, which I like pretty well. And over here, alterations, textiles, decorations. I did not know this was here initially when I put in the other one that is hidden over here and that I wired in. I had forgotten that well, actually, I knew it was there, I just forgot it was there. Let's just put it that way. And then just more storage here. And of course, storage up here. And if you come up here to the trapdoor, open it up, get on the ladder. Right now, this is where the majority of the main power for the base is. So you got your portable beacon to find your way home, and then a couple solar panels, and my very terrible wiring. So, if you hear anything in the background, try to ignore it, please. But, got a turbine down there as well. Everything was recently hooked up by me. That way, the base has power. It is... Oops, wrong button. After 1800, so that'd be 6 o'clock here. We're going to go ahead and sleep till morning real quick. just to keep it daylight so you guys can see. Now, Karak, when we started this map, and this was when Karak was actually still running this server, he let me build the base. He's like, you know, he said, Tank, I want you to build the base. At least I think that's how that conversation went. I can't quite remember. But initially, we just started a little basic. I think it was like a 2x6 base over here just to get something set. And then, while we were doing that, I ended up, you know, working on building this base over here and getting us something going. And it turned out pretty nicely. Craig kind of helped with the flooring and the structural support and kind of helped give me a good layout to work with, which is why we got these. These were all wood. I eventually changed them over to stone, except I apparently missed that one, which it happens. I didn't see it, but you know, I changed them all to stone because it's just a little bit more sturdy and lasts longer. And then I just kind of built around. Unfortunately, I couldn't really do much with that rock there. I had to build through it, but it's alright. That's part of the mountain. Over here, same thing behind the concrete furnaces. I kind of had to build through the stone, but we got a nice little setup going here. I thought about taking these doors and just turning them into walls with windows and then putting a double door setup here, which, if you look in the crafting menu here, and walls, craft one, and then we'll deploy it real quick. We'll just do like a quick deploy. You hit R if you're using keyboard. You've got the different wall settings you can use, so works out pretty nicely. We're gonna destroy that. I was just using that as an example. Excuse me. But yeah, I'm not the greatest at hiding this piping, but it didn't turn out too bad. I tried my best to hide it, but you know, it doesn't always work out the way you want it to. But I did also add the flow meter here as well, so. But I would like to get rid of these doors and turn it into one door back here. I think that would be a lot nicer. But going back out here, I'm going to show you this. There's going to be worms in here we're going to have to kill. Show you the waterway in the cave. Where's the worms? Cave worms have feeling, Mr. Tank. Don't kill them. Oops. Oh, there's bees. Actually, we do need those, so I'm going to go ahead and pull those out. Take off from there. I have just gotten attacked by the bees. Now I do not see where they're at, so they must have disappeared. We got plenty of ores to mine in here, thankfully. Where are the cave worms that were in here? They have oh, there's bees again. There they are. Come on back down. There's the cave worm right there. He's trying to kill me, so we're gonna repay that favor and take him out, if he'll stay still long enough for me to hit him. I am now poisoned. That is okay. There's the bees again. See if they'll come back down so I can get rid of them. There they go. Bye-bye, bees. Alright. Anyway, I'm going to take some damage for a minute, as well as cave sickness. Wormy go by. One shot, one kill. But I had moved or put this in here the other day, ran the water and power through to it. There's actually 2 turbines outside on the ground running these, or running it. And then, thought there was another worm down there, I guess not. So we've got that set up for water to run the water trough, as well as adding additional water to the base. Apparently I'm messing up here on climbing. That's alright, it happens. But we still got plenty of ores in here to mine, so, you know, it's not a bad setup. I'm hoping once, you know, Solon and Luna are able to play again and get back in with us, that we can all work together on the server again and finish the missions on Olympus and start doing the missions here on this map and upgrade the base and give us something much nicer. I mean, it's a good starter, a good start build. I don't need a gun anymore, but you know, kind of looks better. Although I will admit, it does have a nice, I guess you can say kind of like a Western type theme, or Old West type theme maybe, for those that may see it that way. I kind of do. Kind of reminds me of some of the movies my grandfather would watch before he passed away. He was always big in the Old Western stuff. Miss him to death, I'll tell you that. I wish he was still around. But yeah, no, this is our Styx base so far. There's more to do with it. There's a lot we can do for expansion. I enjoy the map. I mean, obviously I enjoy Olympus a little bit more, but I still have yet to get on. Well, to do anything on Prometheus. I dropped down the other day, but never did anything with it. But so when we dropped in initially, we dropped in, I believe it was somewhere in this area, if I remember correctly. And we just kind of worked our way down the river, found the indention, and this is where we landed initially. So, nice base. I mean, I'm sure you'll find better built, more extravagant stuff out there somewhere on other maps and other players. That's fine. You know, everybody does their own thing, builds their own way, plays their own way. Nobody's right or wrong for how they want to play or build, you know. So it's really nice to have the gaming group I have here. It's honestly, I started kind of gaming in my later 20s, and it's just a good form of relaxation. So I enjoy it, especially games like this, or Subsistence, Hunter Classic. Lens Island's pretty fun. Y-Lands is getting fun. No One Survived isn't too bad either. And then 3D Chat's always a good one, but 3D Chat I do not recommend for anybody under the age of 18. So steer clear of that. If you're under the age of 18, stay away from that game. They will find out and they will boot you, trust me. I may do a hunting stream on Hunter Classic here soon, maybe, we'll see. Depends on how I feel about that. So I actually do look forward to doing more videos with you guys. Had fun on the first couple of videos. I'm still trying to figure out the background noise because I was told that people can hear my fish tank behind me here, which is alright, not a big deal. But I'm just kind of running around weirdly now, just talking. But for anybody who hasn't actually played Icarus, before you really start playing it, make sure you watch videos of it, watch different build styles, different ideas that people may have. If you're fresh to the game, I would not recommend getting into modding just yet. I'm still kind of newer to the modding side of it, and that's alright. I enjoy the game though. It's probably one of my more favorite games to play. Thank Karak and Luna and Solwyn and all them for getting me into it, as well as Grounded, Fully Yoked. I'm not a big fan of Grounded 2. I've played it a few times. Just seems to be too many issues with it. So, but you know, Icarus has become one of my more favorited games. So I enjoy it, and I hope everybody else that plays it will too. But if you choose not to, that's your choice. Outside of that, let's do one more camera pan of the base here from the outside. Nicely done base, built up on a big cliff. Plenty of support holding it up. So, nice view of the rivers going up. Anyway, So once again, I'm Mr. Tank. I am your host for the night. Thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you all again on the next one. Have a good night, everybody, and a Happy New Year.